But on your tables, there's a binder on a couple of the tables. If you want to look through the binder, just kind of gives you a visual of what we do. I'm going to kind of tell you how we started, where we are, and where we would love to be soon. So anyway, in 2012, my cousin had a trolley sitting on the corner of his shop. He was trying to sell it. And it was late at night, I was coming home, and God just put something in my mind to ask him if I could use that trolley and fill it full of toys. So the next day, I called him up and I said, I know I have a really weird request, and I know you're trying to sell this trolley, but can I use it for a week? And he said, sure, but what are you going to use it for? And I said, I want to see if we can pull the community together and raise and collect enough toys to fill the trolley. So long story short, we got the trolley, we set it up, and within 1 week, we did fill the trolley up full of toys, and we were able to give those to Toys for Tots. So the following year, I told my staff, I said, you know what, we did a trolley last year, let's go for a school bus this year. So I called and was able to get a school bus and have them take the seats out of the school bus, because I thought, you know, you can fill it up if you leave the seats in it. So they said, why do you want to take the seats out? So I told them what we wanted to do, and so they agreed. And another long story short, we pulled the community together, and we were able to fill the school bus, and we actually overfilled the school bus. We had it sitting outside. So then, the next year, I'm like, hey, we filled the trolley, we filled the school bus, let's go for a semi. So we got a semi, and so when we got the semi, we decided we were going to expand it. Not only collect toys, but we wanted to collect toys, toiletries, canned goods. We even started collecting for the pets. So I think that year we had a total of 9 local charities that we distributed all the stuff to once we collected it. We filled the we filled the semi full. We were able to distribute all the stuff we collected to the 8 charities. So then the following year, I was trying to find a plane or a train, but there was regulations with some of the city codes and stuff, so I couldn't do that. So I'm like, fine, we're going to do 2 semis. So we got 2 semis, and we were able to expand from 8 charities, I think it was to 16 charities. And so then we started collecting anything that you can imagine. Coats, gloves, hats, just anything that people in need would be appreciative of. So lo and behold, we filled 2 semis. So last year, the city said, you know, you can't get more than 2 semis here on your property. So we're like, okay. So what happened was, across the street at AJ Amico, he didn't have a semi. So we were planning on just filling 2 semis last year, and we were able to fill 2.5 semis. They brought in like a miniature semi-truck thing, and we helped 33 local charities in our community. So that's kind of how we started and where we were going. But now I've gotten a team that started with just kind of me overseeing this with my brokers at my realty company. But now I've got members on my board. We're now a 501c3 not-for-profit organization, which is amazing. So our vision now is growing. In order to get our vision to grow, though, we need help from the community. My phone rings daily, and if I get emotional, I'm sorry, because I'm just that way. But my phone rings daily with people who are needing help, whether it be pay for their rent, pay for their utilities, gas, you know, clothes for their kids. Just if you guys follow me on Facebook, which I know some of you do, just 2 weeks ago we had 2 kids that were basically dropped off with just the clothes they had on their back. They had no school supplies, nothing. So we, as a charity, we were able to help them. So what our goal is we are in desperate need of a building so that we can help all year round and not just at Christmas time, because we have people reaching out to us now. It's not like, you know, we're just distributing to the charities in our organization. We actually are one of those charities now, and we have no room to store the stuff. So our vision is to find a piece of property and build, or if there's already a building there, you know, that would be great. We've been collecting funds for a year now, and it's kind of slow because we raise some money for the building, but then when you see a little girl who's doesn't have any clothes on her back, we take that money and think, okay, God will provide. So we're just sharing our story with everybody that we can to see if anybody out there has a building that's just basically sitting vacant. Again, I said we are a 501c3, so anything that you donate to us, or if you donate a property, land, whatever, it is all 100% tax deductible. Not only do we help those in need, but we also, here the last 6 months, have been able to help our veterans and people with cancer. One thing that we do not do is give out cash. So if somebody calls us and said, hey, I need 40 bucks for gas, sorry, you know, we learned their story. But we do have a story that kind of touched our heart. About 4 months ago, we had a mother who I reached out to. She's got a little girl over at Children's Hospital. And, you know, one thing that aggravates me so bad is people say, oh, well, they've got insurance. Well, you know what? They may have insurance, but that mama is not working when her daughter is lying in a hospital bed dying. And she doesn't have money for gas. She doesn't have money for food. So what we have done is we go out and we get like $300 worth of gas cards so that she does have the gas to be able to run back and forth. And we do get a gift card for her to be able to get some food while she's at the hospital. So everything that we get from our community, 100% of it is donated right back into our community. Nothing goes, and there's nothing wrong with this, but this is just one of our stipulations that we feel in our heart that needs to happen. Everything stays in our community. We help those that's right here in our backyard, because Lord knows there's just as many people that need help in our backyard than in another state or in another country or whatever. And again, there's nothing wrong with helping those, but I feel that more people need to help our people here that is begging for help, and they can't really get it. A veteran, you know, their power was getting shut off. This really irks me because I feel that they went and they fought for our country and they fought for our freedom, and we can't help them keep their power bill on. I mean, come on. So basically, that's us in a nutshell. And if you guys would like more information, because I could talk for hours because I do have a gift of gab. We do have a lot of fundraisers too that we have been doing to raise money. We just had one last weekend. We had a cornhole tournament, and when we first decided we were going to have a cornhole tournament, we were going to take all the money and raise it for our warehouse. Well, then I learned of a little boy in Brighton who was born without an esophagus. His name was McCauley. And this little boy, I've never met him, but I've seen him on Facebook, and you know, if that was my son, I would want someone to help me. So what we decided to do is we were going to give half the money that we raised to him, and we were able to give him, we don't have the final count because we're waiting for one more donation, but right now we're up to $5,000 that we were able to donate to him. So those are things that we kind of do. Our annual event is always the first Saturday in December. So this year it will be December 2nd. So if you guys want more information on that, let me know. We do have a Sherry bike. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's a bike that sits like 6 people and 2 little kids. We're trying to raise money for the warehouse. We're selling chances, $10 a chance for that. And if anybody in here is like online auction savvy, I really need your help, because I was able to meet Dolly Parton, and that's a whole nother story. But she has sent me a signed guitar, a signed jacket, and a dulcimer that she physically played, and told me to raise money to build us, to raise money to get our building. So I'm wanting to try to find someone that's internet savvy that I can get it online to reach everywhere, you know, in the United States, so that we could raise a lot of money for that. So I thank you guys so much for having me. And like I said, there's some articles on our charity, there's some pictures. There's some pictures in there of a little girl that we were blessed to meet last year. We made her princess for the day, and she had a fabulous time, and that little girl's touched my heart too. So